Hello everyone, and welcome to RNG University. On tonight's episode, Rakdos Crime. So, I've seen a lot of, well maybe not a lot, but I've seen a few people play Grixis Crime, and they really wanted to get Marchesa, the card draw, to work with their crime. And I thought about it, I think this deck actually works a lot better with just Rakdos. Don't get greedy, don't go for card draw, just combo Magda, the mana producer, with Gisa, the creature producer, and we already have a very scary board. So that's the idea of this deck, right? We are trying to land Magda to get treasures for whenever we crime, and then we want to land Gisa so that our crime get us 3/3 zombies. Technically 2/2 zombies, but Gisa bumps them, so they're all 3/3s. That is the idea of this deck. The rest of the deck is kind of a shell to help this happen. So we also have Tinybones Join Up, so that you definitely want to have Tinybones Join Up. On turn 5, we can just land Gisa, and Tinybones Joins Up will already trigger the crime, and then we already have our 3/3s. In addition to that, if you are able to land Tinybones turn 1 and Magda turn 2, we automatically get a treasure on turn 2. Turn 3, let's say that we land Lord Skitters or Kaervek, and now we have another treasure, and on turn 4, we can already land Gisa. And turn 4, 4/4 with 2 3/3 zombies and have war and pay 2 life. Oh, that's so hard for our opponent to deal with. And even if they kill Gisa, we still have the zombies and we'll still be able to kill them. So yeah, this deck is really strong, really scary. And don't forget, Magda also has a second ability where we can sack 3 treasures. So if we're flooded, we can just sack treasures and make dragons. That's also pretty good, right? A 2 mana that makes 4/4 dragons is, I think it's pretty broken, to be fair. So that is what this deck does. Now let's talk about the whole deck. In the early game, we got a lot of 1-drops. In the current standard, you gotta have 1-drops. So we have 2 Cut Down, 2 Duress. They got creatures, they got cards in hand. Not anymore. We're gonna do these to stop well, we're gonna have some interactions, right? That's what it is. And we also have 4 Tinybones Join Up. You need to have 4 of this in the deck. This is something that will make your deck turn your deck from good to scary. So that's why Tinybones is in the deck. If you don't draw in turn 1, it's not the end of the world. But if you do draw turn 1, it's most likely the end of the world for your opponent. All right, we also have 1 Tinybone. I could not fit in more Tinybone, the actual Pickpocket, so I have 1. This can also synergize pretty well with just along with the Tinybone Join Up itself. So other than that, it is technically a crime. Actually, no, it's not a crime. It's technically not a crime, is what I'm trying to say. It's technically not a crime when you use a card from their graveyard, so keep that in mind. You don't target a card, you just play target non-land permanent. Actually, it says target, so that is a crime, right? I don't know anymore. It's not an easy crime to trigger, that's the thing. And I never really get to trigger it with this deck, but it's something that you can think about. I don't want to run more than 1 Tinybone because it's not a very good card on its own. It's a 1/1 that if you cannot attack and get something from your opponent's graveyard, it's just a 1 mana 1/1, and you probably don't want to run that in your deck, right? So yeah, it's a small card, but it's not one that you definitely need to craft, especially because it's legendary, or especially because it's mythic. And then in the 2-drop, we got 4 bats, of course, that's a crime. 2 go for the throw and 2 long goodbye to kill our opponent's things, also crimes. And then 4 Magda, the Hoardmaster, for our crime to have payoffs. And of course, we have 4 Bloodtithe Harvester. In Rakdos, you're going to run Bloodtithe Harvester. Even though it's not legendary and doesn't trigger Tinybones, Rakdos, the Bloodtithe Harvester can target our opponent's creatures to kill them and also trigger crime. Don't forget, this is sack -X equal to the 2 times the number of blood. That the number of blood can be 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Even if that happens and you sack your Bloodtithe Harvester for nothing, it's still a crime. Sometimes you just need to trigger a crime. Maybe you want to sack your Bloodtithe Harvester and turn them into 2 of the Gisa zombies. That's also viable, right? So don't forget that, and Bloodtithe Harvester is pretty good. Then in the 3-drop, I actually cut Graveyard Trespasser, one of my favorite cards in Standard. I cut it for Lord Skitters because it still does Graveyard Hate, but it does it with a legendary synergy. So yeah, that's pretty good in my opinion. And then I have 2 Kaervek to replay cards in the graveyard because we have a lot of crime. So Kaervek can do that. And then we'll have 2 Liliana of the Veil to also target our opponent's hand and and board, right? So when you want your opponent to sack and you want to trigger a crime, -2 is a crime. +1 is not a crime. Keep that in mind. It's each player, so it's not technically a crime, but you can also get their hands low so they don't really have interactions with the things that you're landing on board. So funny enough, you can see here there's no 4-drop, there's no Shieldred, there's no there is a card that I do want to put, which is Hostile Investigator, but it's a mythic and it's so hard to crack in the big score, so I don't have any. So I didn't crack any, I didn't craft any. There's no 4 drops here. Instead, I have 5 drops in 1 Outlaws and 2 Gisa. So yeah, these are definitely necessary. I don't know if you want to run 2 Outlaws or 3 Gisa, but you definitely have to at least have 1 and 2 here. So you have some late game bombs. You can't just have Magda and hope that the dragons will get there, but Gisa will get you there, right? Landing Gisa is almost game over for your opponent because our deck is so much hand disruption with the Duress, with the Bat, with Kaervek bringing back Duress, that most likely they're not going to have a board wipe at that point. And then when we land Gisa, when they don't have a board wipe, we're just going to win. Alright, and then of course the land base, 3 swamps, 1 Takenuma, 2 mountain, 1 Sokazin, 4 Blackcleave Cliffs, 4 Haunter Ridge, and funny enough, 4 Jagged Barrens, because this is a crime. Whenever you play this land, it deals 1 damage. It's a free crime. And then we have 2 Restless Vents to help us. It's menace, deal damage, but it also help us filter. We have 2 Demolition Field to kill manlands, and then we have 2 Plaza of Heroes to help protect our Magda or our Gisa if we really needed to do that. That's the whole deck list. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Dia Bounce. Oh, how fitting they're using a Rakdos sort of avatar, and we are the Rakdos. I'm gonna keep. Can't play anything for a while, but you know, I think it'll be okay. We get turn 2, Magda. We're turn 2, Duress. Angels. Alright, well, we're gonna turn 2. Magda. The name Angels, I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit anything with my Duress. Invasion of Gobakan. So, well, I'm gonna get my treasure regardless. They can't stop my Jagged Baron. I wonder if they're gonna name Duress. Not the best card to name there. The Demolition Field really actually is stopping me from playing anything. They took Lore Skitters. Well, can't play Lore Skitters this turn, so do I Duress them? If I Duress them, I can't play anything else either, right? This is a tap treasure. Yeah, create a tap treasure, so I think I'm just gonna Jagged Barons them. And also Duress. And also Duress. There's a lot of invasions in a Giada. Alright, well. Fine. I guess we're doing that. They're gonna stick their Giada or play another invasion? Face down card. That's interesting. So, that's the angel, right? I forgot what the angel does. I mean, I can't see what it does because I did not look at it carefully enough. I don't want to play the Blackcleave Cliffs here because it will just be tapped. So let's see. I want to use this to blow up their secluded courtyard. And that way it triggers a crime. And then I'll get a land. Now I could sack this, but it's kind of tricky, huh? This me helps trigger the crime next turn as well. I don't think he's gonna block. Okay, I was wrong. He knows I have another Magna. Why did he do that? So yeah, flying lifelink ward, and then whenever it turns face up, it exiles X creature. Another invasion. Wants to target my other Magna. I can still cast it, so yeah, not sure about that. It doesn't get rid of the card. I don't know what that play was. But okay. Now I could play Magna. Can I do anything with Magda after I play her? Can't trigger crime this turn because I don't have anything to trigger crime with. So maybe I play Lore Skitters. Yeah, I'll play Lord Skitters. Gotta do it before combat because now I can use this. Exile your creature. Don't have Graveyard Trespasser in this deck, so I can definitely exile their creatures whenever I can, just to stop them from having a potential temple. They don't have mana, so that's probably what they're screwed on. They can play their Giada, but they'll die to the Bloodtithe Harvester. The reason why I didn't think they were going to block... Wait, where is it? Oh, I exiled it. I didn't think they were going to block because I thought they were going to flip it and attack the Globacon. But of course, they can't really do that what with not having a land and all. Alright. Just going to pass turn. You can gain whatever you want. Don't want to draw that other land, unfortunately. So I could just attack, right, with Lord Skitters. But not with the Bloodtithe Harvester. Mistake. And I mean, show you why that's a mistake. Magda. I still have a blood. I can kill your Seraph. -2, -2. I get another one, another treasure. And now, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I have haste. I don't have to do it this turn. So let me play my Blackcleave Cliffs. I might need the mana later for something. They have green. They have Collect the Company. Crazy standard deck. I don't know why they have green. Did they just think Angels needs green? Now I can draw with blood, and then my Lord Skitters can trigger another crime next turn. They definitely want to kill Magda, but they plays Giada. Alright, we get to discard this to draw another card, potentially something better. Maybe they have a Psycho or something. The exiles a creature. Do they have that? 2 mana that can't be ossification, just looks at Magda. Alright, get lost. Well, it's a little slow for that, but double Lord Skitter definitely is not what I want. So we can long goodbye this, but let us first pump our Skitters. Go for the throw is pretty good. I'm gonna keep that. And then we'll go for the attack. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Probably should have made the dragon last turn, but it's okay. It's totally fine. Alright, so I'm gonna take the Giada because white has a lot of return CMC 3 or less. I can toss Skitters for maybe a better card. Oh, I already know what I was gonna get, so don't know what I was hoping for there. They have 4. They could have something, but I don't think it matters. Angels, 5 mana. Whatever they play dies to go for the throw. It's untapped creature. You can as long as let it out first, and then they quit. Yeah, I have go for the throw in my hand. They can see, so they'll just die. Goodbye. Right, our opponent is Syndios. Well, look at that avatar. I guess I'm gonna try to hope for a lot of removal. The opponent goes first. Look at that land base. Just 2 channel lands. Gonna keep 2 channel lands, a whole massive removal, and a little bit of a crime synergy. So let's see what happens. I always do it too fast. Gotta wait for them to finish their mulligan. If they're aggro, their mulligan is gonna take an hour. And then I will play my turn. I'm already dead here. This is my silhouette. What's that called again? The chalk outline. Yeah, I'm on the floor. Trying to say hi to my opponent, and he's like, "Oh, do I keep this 3 mountain hand, or do I want to have a 2 mountain hand?" The mulligan. The bane of Magic's existence. The thing is about Magic is I think this is the most amount of cards you draw on an opening hand for card games. At least the ones I'm aware of. I think Pokemon also has 7 cards, right? Alright, so sure. Yeah, I think Pokemon's also 7 cards. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Is 5, I believe. And then Hearthstone's 3. That's fun. Alright, so definitely dropping a land here. Now, do I want to join up? Or do I want to just kill this? Let me kill this before he can do more damage to me. The cut down is kind of finicky, right? You have to cast it on your turn now because your opponents have a lot of pump spells. So, yeah, I don't have time to put out my Tinybones. And that means I don't have time to actually play this game. Two mana? Nothing? No way. You can't be a 2 mana nothing. Just plot it. Just plot it. Jesus Christ. Alright. Cynthios. Everybody looked at him and laughed, please. This is your bring on drugs. What drugs, you ask? Some sort of depressor. It is depressing to watch this game go. Alright. 2 mana, nothing. You can play a bat, hold up a go for the throw, or play Tinybones. Okay, that's definitely not Tinybones. I can play a bat. The bat will probably die, but, you know, since he didn't play anything or plot anything, you can definitely get more value by looking at his hand. But if I don't draw a land next turn, I'm just gonna leave. Not that I'm definitely gonna lose. It's just I'm trying to play Magic for fun, and this is definitely not fun. Look at this. Just rope every turn. They don't rope till it's gone. They rope till it's almost gone. And because the devs don't know how to create a game, that next turn he gets a full rope. Anything? You wanna burn this in response? You wanna burn this in response, right? Come on. Come on, please. Play the game. Alright, there's Monstrous Rage, Giant Growth, Monstrous Rage, Miran Splitter. I don't actually know. You don't even have anything to play. You wanna boost my Deep Cavern Bat? You can do that. I'll take it. It's just pumps. All pump spells. They got a burn spell? No, they just got pump spells. Oh, and then quit. Jeez, waste everyone's time, why don't you? Alright, our opponent is Virgil. Is that how you spell the name Virgil? Thought it was an I. Oh, whatever. We go first. Cleaves into Jagged Baron. We definitely can Tinybones into Duress. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep. So, turn 1, I get a 1-drop. Turn 2, I also get a 1-drop. Gotta be a little bit careful with that. But, if I can land Tinybone first, I might not have to Duress. I might be able to get a second mana and just play Magda. That's untapped. You know, you never know, right? Gotta play to your house. Cool Tinybones. Now we say hi. You like Tinybones? I like Tinybones. Scar a card, please. You might think you want to go Duress first because you hit more cards that way. But again, like I said, I might not even want to play Duress next turn. Depending on what I draw. Well, that is a tap land either way. But this one does 1 damage. The question is, do I want to use this for Magda? No, I got Tinybones. What kind of cards do you have in your hand? There's an Audacity. Great. Now do they want to play their Slick Shot? They probably do. That makes sense. That's 2 damage to my face. Now I can play Haunted Ridge. Now the question is, what do I do here, right? I have 3 mana, but I have a bunch of 2-drops. So I could play Magna, get a treasure, and hope that I don't die next turn. Then I will be able to play 2 2-drops. Magna's a 2/2, so it can't really block any of these. And the Slick Show Off, he can definitely protect, so let's just kill it. You're just gonna keep saying nice. I might be able to draw a land, and that's my out, right? If I don't draw a land, he's probably just going to pump the etching. Or not. I do draw a land. Cool. Alright, so there's Magda. We get our treasure. Middle card, please. Lightning strike. We still get our treasure. Alright, so we'll pass the turn because long goodbye is good to hold up. There's blue, which is weird. Alright, well. 2 for 1. We're both on 1 card, but his deck's pretty much more aggressive. Okay, never mind, it's a land. Hey, look. You remember that card you wanted to kill? It's back. Bloodtithe Harvester. Good luck. If he plays a creature, I can kill it. He doesn't play a creature, so I can't kill it, but who cares? To the bottom, you say. Wow, more crimes for me. I've learned my lessons. Do this at instant speed, please. Another crime. Another removal of the slick shot. Do they have that one card that buffs in the graveyard? They don't. Alright, so I'll just take the slick shot. 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't need to do more than that. It's lethal next turn on board anyways. So I have a little bit of blocker. And goodbye! Alright, our opponent is C61. Now, is he born in 61? Is he 61 years old? I think people born in 61 are about 61 years old. More or less. Alright, Blackcleave Cliffs, Duress. Okay, hand. No crime, but got some removal. And they have stuff, so... Let me look at your hand. What are you playing? Binding Negotiations. Go for the throw. Shieldred's Edict. Alright. Don't look at my hand. Tenacious Underdog. The dogger is alive. Can't really kill the underdog, which is unfortunate. Want to race? I'll race you. Okay, they can't race me because they have no mana. That's fun for me. They can Shieldred's Edict my Liliana. Still gonna do it, I think.
When I win, you're telling me what you know about the Raven Man.
They don't have enough to run the underdog next turn, so this is a good time to have Liliana on board.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
They can go for the throw it. Ah, they do. So they're going to be so far behind because of that play. Now they can play the Preacher. They do play the Preacher, which is exactly what I wanted him to do. Because goodbye to your Preacher. Can I discard a Long Goodbye now? I mean, I don't need this land, right? It's a lot of lands. Bloodtithe Harvester. I will get him to drop either his Shieldred's Edict or his Shieldred. Shieldred's Edict. Alright, he plays it. Just as well. Not gonna play my Barons. If he drops a land here, he can definitely drop Shieldred. And I gotta, you know, lose some cards to see what I can get. Lure Skitters. You can take the Long Goodbye out now. Lure Skitters will kill his, that guy. Forgot his name. The Tenacious Underdog. Alright, let's get rid of that. Don't get too tenacious on me. The problem with that now is I'm not sure what I can do to fight Shieldred. Unless he has no... he has something. Umbrass Forge. It's just a 1-1, but it grows. I mean... No attack with the Shieldred, so... Oh, okay. So now the question is, do I want a Magna or Aclazad? Probably Aclazad, to be fair. Right? It's pretty big. Just take creatures out of his graveyard. And I also get free card draw with Aclazad. He's not going to attack. So it's not a removal. It's interesting that it's not a removal. What is it? He's gotta have to play right here, or he loses it. She'll just Edict. Okay, I guess I'll sack my Bloodtithe Harvester. It doesn't do anything, but I have a lifelinker now. Magda. Take out another creature, I get a treasure. Definitely attacking with this. These two 1/1s, well, one of them will just die, right? But my board's getting too big anyways. Alright, just quit. Don't even want to play it out. That's the power of crime. Alright, our opponent is Guviux. I don't know. What language is that? Something 300. We go first. We have a cut down, but it's not something we can play turn 1. That's fine. We'll say hi. It's something that we can react to on turn 1, and since we're going first with this disgusting sleeves, we might have a reaction, right? What are they playing? Thundering Falls. Interesting. Do I Magna turn 2? Cityscape Leveler. Do I Magna turn 2 against this? I kind of want to, but if I Magna turn 2 and I don't hit anything, I'm going to be in trouble. Right? If I bat him, I get to look at more cards. Nah. Whatevers. They probably have removal. So turn 1, drop a Cityscape Leveler. That's... Oh boy, that's real scary. Okay. Did not kill my card. What is this? Only to cast an artifact spell? That is unfortunate for it. Actually, let me bat first. I cannot do both, huh? That's sad. Why did I not play this? Well, I could Liliana then. Should have played the Takenuma. But me going first and landing a Liliana is very much death sentence. Simulacrum? Alright. Couldn't take that out fast enough. But by itself, it's not the end of the world yet. It's what happens next that's scary. That's why I got the Deep Cavern Bats. You want it on top, huh? You want it on top. Well, definitely gonna have to play Takenuma here. And we'll bat you. That's a weird tap, honestly. Alright, this Skitter Beam is really scary. I think I want to take that out, but the Duress Spider could give him a lot of value, right? I can't take out both Duress Spiders, so might as well. If I take out a Duress Spider and discards Otawara, he will play Duress Spider next turn and I'll have to discard more cards. No, I'll probably still take the Skitter Beam.
Drop it.
Drops. spider. Now if he plays the spider, I can make him sack it. Yeah. He gets... I think that's a 4-4, right? Yeah. 4-4s are pretty scary. So the cut down can't hit either of these. I can make him sack this Duress spider, or sack the 4-4. Do I want to use this as a haster? I can make him sack one of the creatures, right? I get a treasure that way. But I definitely want to play the Gisa first so that this will be on 1 mana. Alright, I don't think he can do anything with 1 mana. Do I play the Sokas in here? Sack a creature?
It's no fun when they hit back.
What do you sack here? Probably not the spider, right?
Your friend has to leave.
He wants the he wants the reach. So take 4 here. We're a pretty scary board against them. Forge the power. Alright, the Skitter beam's coming to us. Good top deck though. What are we gonna do here? It's a bunch of 2/2s. And a bunch of 9/9s. Didn't do anything, huh? Well, guess we can commit some crime, right? I can Duress this turn. Drop the Ironcrag, please. And those are still 9/9s. I can only chump for so long. But I will have to chump, so take 4. Just gonna attack. Just the 9/9s? Just the 9/9s. Just 2 9/9s actually. Well, then I can just chump. Not sure if those are right. I'm out of cards though. That's the scary part, right? Listen to that thud. We'll cut one of these down. We'll get more. If I can get another, what's it called? Crime next turn, I will be able to get another dragon. A 4/4 flyer goes a long way. He's got 5 mana and 1 card in hand. Wonder what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of... I have a crime here, so that's a definite crime next turn. So maybe I just have it? I don't know, depending on what card is in hand. So I get 2 4/4s and then 4 3/3s. I see he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers, right? If he blocks 4 of my things, I have 4 3/3s and 2 4/4s. Let's say if he blocks 4 of those, 1 4/4 and 1 3/3 will go through and he will die anyway. And I also have a 4/4 and a 2/2, so there's a lot on board. Free crime. GG! Got crime out. Hooray! Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen those games, how did you feel about this deck? I love it. I've played this deck. How many games did I play? 5 games today. I won 5 games straight. I did not lose a single game. Not to say that this will be a 100% win rate, because I've only played 5. But of those 5 games, it feels like when it's strong, it comes out of the gate strong, and our opponent just cannot handle all the hand disruption and board disruption. And by the time we land, you know, Lord Skitters or Gisa, they're already out of cards, and we're overwhelming their board. And when we're on behind, there's a few games where our draws weren't that good. We're pretty behind on some of the game, or evenly matched, and we did not draw our Tinybones Join Up, so it's really hard to trigger crimes, and it gets scrappy. And when it gets scrappy, Magda is so good, because whenever we're able to trigger crime, we get a treasure, and then whenever we get to 3 treasure, it becomes a 4/4 dragon. So what that means is, if you don't think about it as a ramp, just after 3 crime, does not have to be 3 turns, right? This is a crime each turn, so it could be one my turn, one of my opponent's turn, one of my turn again. Now that's just 2 turns, right? After I land Magda. The turn after I land Magda, I can have a 4/4 haste dragon on board. It doesn't go away. It doesn't exit at the end of the turn. It just stays there. So then the turn after that, I can make another 4/4, and boom, our opponent's dead, right? That's the real scary part about this deck. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.